Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here. It is Friday, June the 21st. It's the Feast of St. Aloysius Gonzaga, the patron saint of HIV victims, HIV patients, or HIV, those who contract HIV. They're not really victims, all right? But they contract this disease, and so he's the patron saint of those people. Okay, over to the first reading, 2 Kings. This is, a typical nasty story with a good outcome in this case of Athaliah as Ahaziah's mother. She's a vicious, nasty woman, brutal. Her son dies. She kills off the entire family except one. The Lord protects. The Lord keeps his promise. And so the youngest, whose name is, what's his name here? Come on. Joash. So Joash is protected. He's kept alive in secret for 6 years. 6 years they wait their opportunity. So he's 7. Now they pull him out of hiding, and basically they pledge allegiance to him, and her time is up. And rightly so. She comes to a proper end. So let her not be killed, her, meaning the queen, who's been a brutal, pagan, nasty, vicious, horrible person. Let her not be killed in the house of the Lord. So they laid hands on her. She went through the horse's entrance to the king's house, and there she was put to death. Hopefully she repented before she died, because she was one mean, rotten person. Jehoiada made a covenant between the Lord and the king and people, and that they should be the Lord's people. And so as a result of this, basically the land is cleaned up, but this thing goes in cycles. However, God shows his fidelity to the covenant, to his promise that he will protect the line of David. And ultimately this will manifest itself in the Son of David, who is Jesus Christ. But here we see sometimes when we are going through these times of persecution, it's important that we, I'm going to be sort of symbolic here and metaphorical. We don't have somebody, like this boy Joash, but Joash can represent our own faith, that we are called to protect our faith in times of persecution, to be aware of the tactics of the enemy and pray for wisdom to protect our faith. That could mean that we pray at home, certainly going to church as we can in our society so far. And hopefully it's going to be forever, but one never knows. In many countries in the world, Catholics can't go to Mass, right? China, they can't go openly or freely to the Roman Catholic churches. Muslim countries can't go to Roman Catholic churches. There's lots of places on the face of the earth where Catholics can't practice their faith. We need to practice this, keep it very safe, and do what we can do as long as we can do it. And then when the time comes, actually reveal what was protected all those years. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it may be necessary in this wild, crazy, evil, woke environment. We don't have to tell everybody we're practicing Christians. We may be denied jobs or ostracized or isolated or canceled, but if the time comes that we need to actually side for Christ or for evil or for error, we got to side for Christ. But we don't have to go telling everybody all at once. Okay, over to the gospel. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not store up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break in and steal." Sorry, I lost my place. "But store up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Well, there's a load there for us to reflect on, for you to reflect on. It's basically, is it wrong to store up this world's goods? No, not in and of itself. But what is wrong is if we make those things an end to themselves, or if they are number one and God is number two, or even leftover. That's what I was preaching on a couple weeks ago. Many times we put God not even in the last category, but in the leftover category, which shows our attitude towards God. It's horrible, really. It's self-centered, it's non-reflective, it's very selfish. We don't think about all the blessings we have received from him. So it's not wrong to own these things, but God needs to be first, and we need to put the other things in perspective in their proper places. It shouldn't even be second, the things that we own, but rather people, our family, our loved ones, and so on. And yes, the material possessions we need to have a proper or decent life. So these are the things we need to keep in mind. Constant reflection on where is my heart? For where your heart is, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And treasure here means the seat of decision, the core of who we are, who we really are. Is it God and persons, or is it things? God bless you.